We'll keep proceeding here. We're taking your calls at 617-830-4750. And I am told that we have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, David. This is Patrick Fell. I live in Baja California, Mexico.
Terrific.
And yeah, there's going to be a delay because I'm on a phone that's through my router.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me know. What's your question?
Well, I have a couple of things to talk about. One is a recommendation. I've been watching your show for about 4 months. I've been a member for about 3 months.
Thank you.
And I feel it's somewhat unprofessional when you're showing a video of someone you don't care about, like Trump or someone, to laugh in the background off camera. It doesn't do
sort of like I'm doing right now. Yeah. I mean, why is that a lack of professionalism, though?
Well, it's funny when you're on camera and doing it with the video. It seems to be all right, but it really bothers me. It's like you're snickering, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Listen, Lynn, I do an honest show, and sometimes I cannot suppress laughter because I am discussing or watching a video that is just funny. And, you know, I'm presenting the full me to the audience, and the laughter is just part of it, you know. And if it comes off as unprofessional, then I do apologize.
Okay. The other thing I want to talk about 3 weeks ago, you were talking about the phrase social liberal, fiscal conservative. Mm-hmm. And you said it can't exist. Well, I've said that about myself for many years.
Me too.
I'm 77 years old, so yeah, I've been saying it a long time. What I did was I went to the dictionary. I went to the American Heritage College Dictionary and looked up conservative. And the third definition was cautious, and that's what I feel I am. I believe in the social welfare, helping people. I believe in Medicare. I've supported these things all my life. But I also think that we need to get as much value for what money we throw at these problems as we can. And my prime example, I guess, would be in California, Jerry Brown. He gets things for that need to be done, but he watches the money also.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And I think, you know, if you do an honest analysis and say, well, where do we get the most value for government spending? It actually often is social welfare programs. So you know, it's interesting. You had to go down to the third definition of conservative to get one that made sense to you. But, you know, I totally agree with you. And that's where I understand the concept of social liberal and fiscal conservative. But very often when you actually look and say, well, where do we get the best value? It's food stamps over tax cuts for the rich. It's infrastructure spending over wars, etc. And that's where I come down and say, yeah, I understand the concept of social left, fiscal right. But in practice, it just often doesn't happen. And I hope that makes some sense to you. And I really do appreciate the call. And, you know, I do always apologize for any perceived unprofessionalism that may come from laughter on the show, but there does tend to be a lot of it. Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees, and our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.